Changes, meanwhile, to Pennsylvania's economy start in Harrisburg with the laws and regulations currently in place. That poses a potential problem given how difficult it can be for a Democratic governor to work with a Republican-controlled legislature. However, Governor Tom Wolf recently proposed one idea which, at the very least, has the GOP's attention. Budget day at the state capitol. The pomp and circumstance of the governor's annual State of the State report quickly revert back to partisan politics.
I know that as soon as I'm done here, folks are going to run out into the hallway and take shots at the pieces of my budget they don't like.
As I was coming down off the dais, I told the governor he had to get out of my way so I could come out and blast his budget.
This is the game Harrisburg politicians play, except this year there was one 4-second clip which caught lawmakers' attention.
I think our corporate tax rate is too high. This year, I'm once again calling for a reduction.
Wolf is talking about Pennsylvania's corporate net income tax. Simply put, this is the tax placed on typically large corporations to operate within a state. And at 10%, Pennsylvania's is the second highest in the U.S., behind only New Jersey's 11.5%.
I think it creates that understanding that we're not as good as we should be, that we're not performing to the extent that we need to be.
PA Chamber of Business and Industry President Gene Barr says Pennsylvania's corporate income tax is unacceptable. He and Republican lawmakers argue it's keeping large corporate headquarters away. Think Amazon.
It was so positive to hear that from the governor. It's something that our state needs. We lose businesses every day to Texas and Florida.
If we can make Pennsylvania a more attractive place to get businesses here, then I'm all for having that conversation.
What exactly is the governor proposing? It starts with cutting the current rate of 9.99% down to 7.99 by January 1st. Then a path all the way down to 5% no earlier than in the next 5 years.
We don't know whether the next pandemic is 100 years or when it is, but I think we ought to prepare as if it might be in 5.
Businesses are on board. Wolf and Democrats are on board. Republicans are on board. Not quite all the way.
It's funny, in an election year, he proposes a tax cut. I would say that it's more electioneering for him than it is in reality.
At the end of the day, it's Harrisburg, and big changes may ultimately take time. The Wolf administration does estimate that lowering the corporate tax rate next year would lead to an $80 million loss in revenue. They believe the cost would be offset by the unused federal funds from the American Rescue Plan.